If you're looking for open ear headphones, then Shokz are definitely up there with the best and have made a real name for themselves in this category. Their bone conducting and open ear headphones already break the mold from standard in-ear headphones, but now they've given us something even more unique: clip-on earbuds. Hey guys, Louis here from Smart Home Sounds, and if you've watched for a while now, then you'll know that I'm a pretty big fan of Shokz for running. I wore their OpenFit Air for a half marathon last year and have since been using the OpenFit 2 Plus when they launched earlier this year. Now I am also currently training again for another half marathon in a few weeks' time, so when Shokz reached out for us to test their latest release, then best believe I was ready. And here they are. The Shokz OpenDots 1 Open Earbuds. Their first ever clip-on style earbuds, which retail for £179. But are they up for the job? Let's find out. So these are the same concept as Shokz's other open ear headphones, designed to let you listen to your audio without blocking your ears completely. They don't seal sound inside your ear canal like standard in-ears, but sit just outside the ear and direct sound inwards. This makes them great for working out, commuting, or just staying more aware of your environment, and often reduces ear fatigue too. Let's take a closer look then. So they come in this nice slim charging case, which has a really premium feel to it. These easily fit into a pocket and are super lightweight. I think the case itself is just 38 grams, or 51 grams with the earbuds inside. The ultimate test though, the click test. Lovely. We've then got the earbuds themselves, and to be honest, I've not actually seen headphones quite like these before. Now I know that Bose have a similar style with the Bose Ultra Opens, but this is the first time that I'm testing out this style of earbuds. These are the smallest open ear earbuds Shokz do and are super lightweight. Each earbud is just 6.5 grams. Now, come to think about it, I'm not actually sure which one is designed for left ear and right ear, so I better check their product page and see what it says. Oh, cool, okay, so these are actually interchangeable. And it says on here that they've got something called dynamic ear detection, which will automatically recognize which ear you've got the earbud in. So, well, you can't go wrong really, can you? So essentially they clip onto your ear like this, and then it does say on their website to just angle them down ever so slightly. So yeah, okay, cool. That feels pretty good. Now I was worried about the amount of clamping to keep these on, but they don't feel like they're clamping onto my ear. I can honestly hardly tell that I've got them on. Now, of course, I do want to test them out for a good few hours, but on first impressions, these are super comfy. Now I was skeptical as to how well they'd fit on my ears as they are universal, but a few of us in the office have tried them on and they fit everyone well. They're also pretty subtle in how they look as well. So I've obviously got the black color here, but they do also come in a lighter gray color. So Kieran, if you can just chuck me those, mate. So there we go, guys. So as you can see, these are the two options you've got to choose from. Now, I personally like the black color, but the gray are even more subtle on the ear. The earbuds themselves are mostly covered in this soft silicone, which helps with the fit, but it's also nice and comfortable, which is really important. There is nothing worse than being on a run and having to cut the music to give your ears a break. The overall design is actually pretty clever. This connecting bit here between the speakers and the battery compartment, Shokz have called joint arc. Now, it's made from a super thin, flexible titanium alloy that can fit around different sized and shaped ears and still be nice and secure. It feels really sturdy and you can bend it and twist it and it still goes back to the original shape, so it should definitely stand the test of time. Now, surprisingly, we do also have some touch controls on these earbuds too, which is something that I definitely wasn't expecting given just how small they are. So if you pinch the battery section at the back twice with 2 fingers, you can play or pause your music. A double tap on the joint arc will answer or end a call, and holding the back with 2 fingers for 2 seconds rejects a call and controls the volume. Okay, so let's get these set up then. Now, these, like all Shokz products, are super easy to connect to. You literally just open your Bluetooth settings in your phone, turn them on, and they appear right away. So we've got them connected. Now I'm just gonna check. Yeah, so these have got Bluetooth 5.4, so you'll get a range of up to 10 meters, and they also support multi-point pairing. So you can connect 2 devices at once and then just switch between them in the Shokz app. So let's get them on and listen to how these sound initially. Cool. Okay, right, let's play some music and see how they sound. Wow, okay, these are loud. These are louder than what I thought they'd be. And also, yeah, they're also more bassy than what I thought they'd be as well. Can you hear these?
No, I can't.
Like, not at all?
No.
That is wild. It feels like you should definitely be able to. Honestly, you can't hear anything.
No, genuinely I
That is crazy. Okay, we've got some more testing to do. Okay guys, so just before I head out on a run, I wanted to share my initial first impressions after having tested these for the last couple of hours. And what I'm really surprised by is just how powerful they are given their form factor. They've got a dual driver system in here that's equivalent to a 16mm custom driver, and it's what we call an air conduction transducer. It's also enhanced with Shokz's bass sphere technology, which helps give deep, powerful audio. And they have something called Open Bass 2.0, which adds another layer of bass. Now these headphones also have support for Dolby Audio for more immersive listening. You've got a decent amount of control over the sound performance too, with 4 preset EQs, and you can add 2 custom modes so you can personalize it to suit your taste, and that's all done in the Shokz companion app. Now the app is where you can activate Dolby Audio, and you can also track your earbuds, check things like battery level, and you can also activate a voice assistant as well, so all super helpful stuff. Now one of the main worries with the design of open-ear headphones is sound leakage, because the way it sounds in my ear when I've got music playing, it feels like surely people around me can hear what I'm listening to, but that's really not the case. These genuinely do a fantastic job of channeling audio directly into your ear. Of course, everything has its limit, and if you do crank them right up, then you will get a little bit of sound leakage, but it's honestly very minimal and pretty much non-existent at normal listening volumes. Shokz have their own sound leakage cancelling technology called direct pitch, which is designed to keep your audio, whether it's music or a phone call, for your ears only. Pardon the pun. After doing some more research, it's pretty clever tech, which uses reverse sound waves and careful tuning of the distance and angle between the driver and your ear. In simple terms, it increases sound pressure where you do want it, in your ear canal, and it decreases it everywhere else. Ultimately, you get a more focused listening experience with less sound escaping to the outside world. And I am impressed with just how well that works. Okay, so I think it's about time we finally took these for a spin out and about where they're designed to be used. Okay guys, so we are finally out and about on a run, and first things first, these are super sturdy. They don't move around at all. But to prove that, I'm going to hand over to Kieran, who's going to do a very quick headbang test. Now, I've obviously not had these headphones in for all that long, but I can already tell you guys that these are the most comfortable pair of Shokz headphones that I have worn to date. And in terms of ear fatigue, I've been really impressed. These are also IP54 water resistant, so perfect for working out as they're resistant against sweat and splashes, so no need to panic in a shower of rain either. Now it is worth noting that the case isn't waterproof and the earbuds aren't completely waterproof either, which would have been nice for that extra peace of mind, but IP54 should cover you most of the time. When out and about, I wasn't sure how these would hold up against other Shokz models given the form factor, but I've been pleasantly surprised. You get a full, pretty loud sound performance, which is far exceeding my expectations. The Dolby Audio toggle does a notable job of leveling up the audio performance, making it more immersive and adding extra detail. Now I assumed that the bass performance wouldn't compete with in-ears, for example, but to be honest with you guys, these have far surpassed my expectations, and they're a lot more impactful than I initially thought. Mids and highs are also nice and clear, and the vocals sound clean and don't get lost in the track. Okay, now while I take a minute to catch my breath, I don't think these sound as good as something like the Shokz OpenRun Pro 2s, which obviously are the bone conducting headphones, but I definitely prefer the sound performance out of these versus something like the Shokz Open Air. The adjustable EQ is a nice feature, and I've leaned towards the bass preset to match the kind of music that keeps me going on my runs and during workouts. All in all, these headphones are super impressive given their design. Now, they're not the best pair of headphones that I've ever listened to, but for their use cases, for being out and about and going on a run with, they work for me really well. Okay guys, so you might have noticed a little bit of a change of scenery in comparison to where I film a lot of these videos, but I've escaped the office for the afternoon to test these headphones out in a bit more of a scenic sort of setup. And I figured this is probably a great space to test out the call quality and the microphone quality of these headphones. So what you're hearing right now is coming directly from these headphones, but I'm also going to give the guys back in the studio a call to see how these hold up.
Hello.
Hello, how are you, mate? You okay?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
Good, yeah, good, thank you. So, very long story short, Al, I am currently probably about 200 meters or so away from the city. It's quite windy. There's some hedge cutting going on over in the field next door to me, and it is a little bit windy. So, what are your first impressions with these headphones?
Mate, honestly, really impressive. I can't pick any of that up at all.
Okay, that's good to know. So the breeze is just picking up a little bit, so I'd be interested to know if you can hear any wind noise. But again, I'm thinking like use cases for these headphones. Obviously, a lot of people are going to be using them whilst they're out cycling, running, that sort of stuff. So probably going to be dealing with some sort of wind and background noise. But as far as you're concerned, for the most part, these do a good job of blocking all that out, yeah?
Yeah, mate, really good. I mean, can you just try and like move your head a little bit?
Yeah, I'm kind of wandering around a little bit. There's a bit of wind picking up now. I'm moving sort of side to side to try and get some sort of
Honestly, it's
noise
really
going through. But
it's really good. I literally can't hear any of it. Maybe there's the odd bit of wind breaking through, but so minimal. Yeah, I think maybe when it picks up, but yeah, really impressive.
Excellent. Well, I'll leave you guys to it. I'm going to go jump in the steering.
All right, well, you enjoy yourself. It's all right for some, isn't it? See you in a bit.
As with any open-ear headphones, they don't block out your surroundings, but that's the whole point. Stronger wind can sometimes affect sound performance, but again, that's because you don't have that seal. That's to be expected. It's also nothing that would stop me from wearing them. The touch controls have been handy while I'm running, so I don't need to get my phone out to skip track. Now, it has been a little bit hit or miss in my testing, but for the most part, does the job. You can also toggle the touch controls off if you'd prefer. Now, a key feature for headphones like these is the battery life. These offer up to 40 hours of playback with up to 10 hours of battery in the earbuds and up to that full 40 hours with the charging case. Pretty impressive, especially given the size of the battery in these things. They do offer a quick charge feature with these, which is super handy for me. If I've forgotten to charge before heading out on a run, a quick 10 minutes or so while I stretch gives me 2 hours of battery life. The charging case is also compatible with wireless charging if that's your thing too. It does take the charging time up from 2 hours with a cable to 4 hours on a wireless charger, but fine if you've got a wireless charger on your desk or bedside table, for example. Now, battery life is impacted by usage, so you'll get around about 6.3 hours out of these if you use them for a call non-stop. And for reference, the time to charge the earbuds with the case is 1 hour. All in all, I have loved testing these headphones out. The clip-on design works far better than I initially anticipated. They're light, they're comfortable, and they stay nice and secure even on those long runs. The sound performance is impressive for the form factor, and having the option to tweak it in the app is an added bonus. They do feel like a great alternative to the likes of AirPods and are clearly designed with being active and on the go in mind. Now, honestly, I'm yet to test out the Bose Ultra Opens, but at this price point, the overall package of these OpenDots One will be hard to beat. These are definitely my new favorite Shokz headphones, and they're going to be my choice for the next half marathon. But now it's over to you guys. What do you think of this design? Let me know down in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to subscribe, and here are 2 more that I think you might like to watch. Thank you guys for catching this one, and I'll see all of you in the next video.